His name is Joker, the cranky old gay guy. Give him a topic and see where he goes. He's just like Joker, the cranky old gay guy, to give you his opinion and put on a show. If you like what he does, it isn't a phase. If you like his channel, subscribe today. His name is Joker, the cranky old gay.
Hey y'all, Joker here, the cranky old gay guy. And today, oh boy, the weather. It's sunshiny. It's not warm, but it's sunshiny. And if you're in the sunshine, it is warm, but it's not. It's still probably in the 60s. It's not shirtless outside weather unless you're lying in the sun with no wind, which isn't the case. Okay, enough for the old man weather report. Today we're going to say a few words about cruising at the gym showers. Do I recommend it? No. Does it happen? Yes. Has it happened to me? Yes. Has it happened recently? Yes. By the same person multiple times, and it makes me cranky. Why? Well, when I shower, there are 7 shower stalls. 3 of them have curtains. The rest have doors, those bubble glass doors. So you know if somebody's in there, but it's just a weird shape moving around. I use the one on the left side that's just like 2 stalls, and then there's a handicap stall. And I use them with a curtain because I don't like being closed in that little space. The stalls really aren't spacious. They're about that wide. Yeah. So if you were to put your elbows out, you'd be hitting the sides. And that's just not enough room for me. Excuse me. All this talk about cruising gave me indigestion. Um, Anyhow, I use the one on the left. When you go in, it's got a curtain. I rarely close the curtain. Again, for that closed-in feeling, it's ick. And the curtain is usually really gross. It's wet, it's cold, and you can see mildew growing on the inside halfway down. It's not something that they clean. Instead, they let it get gross and then they just replace the curtain. I would say forget the curtain entirely because at least on that side, I rarely ever see it closed anyway, probably because it's gross. The one on the other side, it's more visible to anyone walking by the showers, so that curtain is pulled closed a lot more than this other one. So I use the one that's on the left. You're not going to be seen in there unless someone's in the actual shower room itself. And I'll go in there and I'll be showering and shampooing. As you know what I do in a shower because you saw the shower video that, by the way, has been labeled adults only by YouTube. So unless you are logged into YouTube, evidently you're not allowed to see it because it's just too adult, I guess. Even though there's nothing nude-wise or pornographic about it, really, I don't know why they did that, but they did. So I'm standing there and I'm facing the shower water stream. So my back is to the central area, and there are 4 showers across from me. And 3 of them have doors, one has a curtain. And the one right across from me has a door. And I turn around, and that door is open, and there was someone standing in the shower, under the shower, and they are just staring at me. Not my eyes, but lower. And they take their hand, and they're touching themselves, but they're not doing anything else but touching that area. They're not moving it around much. They're just kind of touching it and grabbing it and staring at me, not up here, but down here. And I kind of went and turned back around. Now, I would think that is enough of a response to say, hey, I am not interested. Knock it off. So I turn around and now they are still standing in the same position. They haven't moved. And they're looking me up and down while touching themselves with a little bit more hand movement. Now, if I had been interested in this person, I could have smiled or said hello or done something physical to make them know, give them the signal that I'm interested, and then you can take it offline outside the gym somewhere. But I didn't. Instead, I went, gave them a stern look. They looked up, they saw what I did. I turned my back again. When I turned around one more time after shampooing again, they were still staring. And I found it really, really off-putting. And I don't want to be confrontational and, you know, what's the word I want to say? I don't want wet blanket, but I don't want to come down on someone for their perversion because that's their perversion. And if there had been anything physical, yeah, I would have said something and, gotten physical myself. But this was just visual, and this person was probably, oh boy, in their 70s, mid 70s. And this might be their only yuck that they get all week. So I didn't want to ruin that. I don't want to get them thrown out or fired or anything. I see them all the time at the gym, but they're always in the locker room or the wet area out by the pool or standing in the shower staring at someone. I'm sure I'm not the only person they do this to, but it's not good etiquette when you don't pick up on the signals that someone isn't interested. So if you're going to cruise somebody and touch yourself or smile or smirk or whatever, or however you do it, and this person sees you, if they're interested, they will give you a sign. They'll smile and go, thank you, or touch themselves, or smile back, or wink at you, or something. They will do something to let you know that they are interested in your attentions or going further. But you don't do that in a public gym shower. I mean, even if they're interested, then you, like I said, you signal for them to walk out of the shower area, and then you go to your locker, you get changed and exchange numbers or whatever, make plans. But you don't do that in the actual shower because there are people coming and going, and people see that you are staring. And I don't want to be forced to touch this gross curtain to close it off. I mean, I have done that in the past when someone is really, really creeping me out. There's more than one person that does this. There's a younger person that does it as well that is totally creepy. And if I have to touch a filthy curtain to block him off, I will, and I have. But I'm just asking you, if you shower in public and you see something you like, it's fine to check them out and give them a side eye, look from whatever. Don't stare. That's rude. If you see that they're looking back and they're checking you out, then feel free to make eye contact and, see if they say yes or no. If someone goes, that means stop. It means they're not interested. So don't pursue it. If they're going, some goofy face like that, well, then they're probably interested and then you can do something. But there's no point in you putting yourself out there and potentially getting removed from the gym or 86'd or get complaints because you're not picking up on the subtle cues of another guy saying, hey, I don't care for this. I don't want you looking at me. I'm not interested in you. Can't say I don't want you looking at me because you're going to look. All men, straight or gay, are going to check each other out. I don't care if you're a straight man and you say you never do it or men don't do that. Baloney. I see it. I see straight guys. They'll walk by someone who's built and they'll go, pretend that they didn't do it, but they did because everyone compares. Those guys that stand in front of the mirror going, and then act offended when another guy says something or looks at them, please. What they're doing is seeking attention when they're doing that in front of a room full of guys. And another muscly guy will come up and he'll do the same thing. And then they're all like, oh, yeah, this is a no homo situation. But it's like, oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, you really got great. Yeah. Oh, heterosexuals and their mating practices, their curiosity, they should just, this other muscle guy say, hey, let's go pose off together somewhere and then see where it goes and get it out of your system. Are all straight men like that? No. But all straight men do check each other out. Same at urinals. If there's no partitions, a straight guy might look straight ahead and be totally fearful that someone's going to check out his dick. But he will go like this. And he will check out his surroundings. And he will check on other guys' dicks because everyone wants to compare themselves to somebody else. Even if they say they don't, subconsciously, it'll happen. How do I know? I've been around a number of years and I've done studies on these things. How? By watching. Yeah. And do I check men out at a urinal? Absolutely, I do. Why? Well, I shouldn't say that. If I find them physically attractive, I will check them out. Because if some Hulk comes up here who's just, and he whips something out and I'm urinating and he's making a lot of noise or a strong stream, I might go. Now, at the gym I go to, you can't do that because there are partitions. However, in gay bars, you can totally do that because there are no partitions. In the bar I go to, one of the urinals, well, they're troughs, so there's no partitions. And one of them actually has a mirror on the other side of the trough, tipped down. So when you're watching yourself pee, you're watching whoever's next to you pee too. So yeah, guys do check each other out. It doesn't have to be sexual. It could be totally innocent comparisons going on. But this video is about gym etiquette, not urinal etiquette. Although it probably pertains the same way. I don't think I would start up a conversation with someone at a urinal if there's a partition between us, because that's kind of weird. If there's no partition if there's no partition and they say something, talk to them. It's not a big deal. Once I start pissing, if someone's having a conversation with me at a urinal and I haven't started yet, it's going to be hard for me to start because I'll have to do my math tables and do 1 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 4, 4 times whatever. I do the math tables up, 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 up. And by the time you get up into the double digits, saying this times this equals this, then my mind's off of the anxiety or the nervousness of pissing next to someone and I can piss. But if I'm pissing and they come up and talk to me and I'm already started, that's not a problem. Okay, back to the shower etiquette. I have no problem with men walking around nude in the locker room. Don't feel that you need to wrap a towel around yourself, regardless of what you look like, for my benefit, because it's a wet nude situation. I go to a nude beach. I've seen every type of body. I might not be attracted to certain bodies, but I'm not offended by anyone or anything. Plus, if you have a lot of ink and you're walking around nude or semi-nude, I'm going to look. I'm an artist. I like to see art. And everybody, regardless of what they tell you, if you have ink, they will steal a glance at it. Those guys that have their entire backs done, or they'll do their thighs, or they'll do their up the back of the leg and all the way up to the top of their butt. Yeah, I'm looking at your butt because I'm looking at your tattoo. I mean, you might not have a good butt in my mind, but I want to see the art and you're displaying it. So, don't get offended by that. I'm not trying to blame the victim because I know that's like saying, well, she asked for it because she was wearing a short skirt. Well, the tattooed guy asked for it because he has a tattoo. No, he didn't ask for any type of abuse or massage, or what I'm going to say, any kind of bad attention. However, this is a visual society, in the visual world we live in. It's like if someone came in and they had a big flower on their shirt or something colorful, you're going to notice, you're going to look. So if someone comes by and they're covered in ink, yeah, I'm going to look. Am I fetishizing them? No. Am I sexually turned on by them? No, not necessarily. Ink's not going to turn me on, but it is, well, some ink is very nice to look at. Other ink is like, oh boy, why did they do that? I'm sure we've all seen what one would consider a bad tattoo, and there are plenty of them out there. But beauty's in the eye of the beholder, as is art, and different strokes for different folks. So what I may think is a rudimentary bit of ink work that I don't care for, someone else might think is the best thing in the world because they designed it, or their kid designed it, or it stands for something to them personally, and that's none of my business. So if they want to have ugly ink, let them have ugly ink. If they want to have great ink, let them have great ink. But that's that. Etiquette, shower etiquette, it also spills over to the locker area. If someone is changing next to you and they're hot, yeah, you can steal a glance, but don't stare at them. It just makes everyone uncomfortable. And I think that's probably one of the reasons so many straight guys come to the gym and gay men, and they'll wrap a towel around themselves before they take their shorts off. And they go to the shower room and close the door and everything. And then they're wrapped in a towel and they come out and they slip their underwear on underneath the towel before they drop the towel. To me, that's ridiculous and it's unnecessary. You are in a locker room. Who cares if someone sees your butt? It's just the way it is. But there are some guys who are really self-conscious about that. And they might have a beautiful butt, but they're straight and they don't want another guy to see their butt, which again makes no sense to me at all. I can see them being modest around a woman because they don't want to offend her, but around a guy, and maybe it's just public locker rooms. I mean, if they're on a sports team or something, or in a school and they know these people that they're with, maybe they aren't this inhibited. But give everyone a break when you're in the locker room and you want to cruise. Do it when their clothes are on, okay? If you're going to compliment them and say something that is even in the slightest bit flirty, do it when their clothes are on so they're not feeling like they're being caught at a disadvantage or being taken advantage of. That's about all I've got to say on that. I just bring it up because it happened again yesterday and it happened today and it was the same older person. It hadn't happened in probably 2 weeks prior to that with someone else. But yeah, that's all I got. If you really are interested in seeing men walk around nude and they don't care if you look at them, go to Naked Pool Night at the Eagle here in Portland, which is tonight, Thursday, because you'll see a lot of everything. And everyone who's disrobed knows they're going to be looked at, and that's fine. Oh, and you can flirt with them when they're naked. They're not going to be taken aback by that. How do I know? I've been on both sides of that issue, and it's no problem. Okay, I got to let you go. Have a very good Thursday evening, and I will see you tomorrow. And tomorrow is a very special day. You know what it is? It's October 11th. And you know what October 11th is, right? It is National Coming Out Day. So feel free, all of you who are following me, put your coming out video, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, whatever it is, on your YouTube page, and then put a comment on this page saying, hey, my video's up. So I can click on your little icon and it'll take me to your video. I would say post your videos here, but the comment section doesn't allow you to attach pictures or videos. Don't know why, but it doesn't. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.